there is supposed to be in this photo a clue somewhere hidden of what's coming in the next major update. So let's find it. Diablo Immortal content update is here. This is going to be your Season 4 update. Keep in mind, they have a cadence release structure. Every 2 weeks, they will be releasing updates, meaning this is a minor update. So we're going to be getting Helicory Bosses, Battle Pass, and some other new events that we're about to talk about, and some bug fixes. Keep in mind, during this, they actually do mention one other thing, which is our first major update is on its way, and prepare for the milestone in later September. We will not be releasing a not be releasing a content update in 2 weeks as we traditionally have. Once the major update is released, we will return to our usually bi-weekly content update schedule. So essentially what they're saying here is we cannot at the moment get this major update out when we wanted to. I know they were planning at some point, I believe, to have this out, but it was taking a little bit of time. From what I understand, the major update is supposed to be a pretty chunky one. We're supposed to be getting like some pretty good stuff in this update. I don't have any details I can share with you guys at this time, but it should be something to look forward to. The disappointing part is it's not on the 2-week cadence, meaning this is August. They're looking at later September. Okay, so instead of at the first when we get our Battle Pass, and then sort of the 14th, 15th when we normally get our second update, we're looking more of the back end of September. Okay, so let's continue with this here. So Season 4 Battle Pass Inner Light. Go ahead and take a look at this guy real quick, see what this image looks like. Not too bad. Looks like they're showing the wizard image. White and purple is a cool color scheme. I don't really like that for the wizard personally. I probably will try to claim that on the necromancer, but it's not too bad looking. Maybe you like it. Let me know what you think in the comments. So I'm not going to read this part. This is just lore. You can read it if you want. What we're going to talk about here is what's actually coming to the game. So Season 4 begins at September 1st, 3 a.m. server time. It is going to have 40 ranks worth of challenges, such as Legendary Gems, Crest, etc. It's going to be the same thing we already know and love from the other battle passes, okay? So far, all the battle passes have been fine. Also, there was some conspiracy theory about a Legendary Crest being removed in the battle pass. Went back, looked at it. All the battle passes are identical, so far, the battle passes are not getting worse. So adventurers seeking additional treasure from the battle pass ranks have 2 paid versions, etc. I'm not going to go over this. This is all of the same stuff we already know. Okay, you get portal cosmetics, avatar frame, etc. You have the empowered battle pass. Nothing new there. Here's where we start getting into the new stuff. First, Helicory Boss. It's sort of a tag team boss. It's a 2-man crew, which should be kind of interesting. I don't know how to say this. Gishtar and Deladir, I think, is the correct name. So he has been located not just from 1, but 2 diabolical deomic threats. Let's scroll down to what actually matters, what you want to know. Combat rating is at least 4665. So 4665 is going to be the intro. Assemble your group of hardened adventurers. This opens at September 2nd at 3 a.m. So we're going to have the patch, and then the day after the patch, we'll be receiving this new boss. Okay, it looks pretty cool. Equipping this item in the slot will provide you with a 10% cooldown reduction to your skills while inside challenge rifts. Cooldown reduction is the best stat in the game, so having cooldown reduction inside challenge rifts is going to be a big deal and should open up some other types of builds more than likely where you can have some uptime on buffs and stuff like that. So this is actually a little bit bigger of a deal, in my personal opinion, than normally with these Helicory updates, where it's just like, okay, new boss, whatever. This one itself here, 10% cooldown reduction in challenging rifts is actually kind of a big deal. Not going to go over this in detail because this is Hungry Moon. We've already had this event like 4 times. This is a good event. My feedback to them when they ran this event, it was like, the event's fine if you run it like all the time, where we're always getting a legendary crest or a legendary item or some keys. I've got the hiccups this morning, sorry. Where we get some keys and all kinds of stuff like that, then this event isn't too bad. Just keep rerunning it, or else it's not that good of an event. That was my opinion on it. It looks like they're taking that advice and they're continuing to rerun this, which is awesome because it goes from being what is, in my opinion, a fairly boring event to an event where it's like, oh, cool, like I just get a free legendary crest by doing the stuff I'm already doing. So this isn't really as much an event as, in my opinion, additional login bonus rewards is the way to look at this. And I'm fine with these type of events as long as they are continuing to always be up. So we're always receiving basically another income source. That's the point of these, in my opinion, in a game based upon resources. So I'm okay with these. I understand people are probably getting bored of this event. You don't have to do it. It is just additional freebies, and I think it's better to have it running so that Legendary Crest can go to free-to-play players than not having it running, and WoWs and stuff can just ignore the event. It's not a big deal. So the Scorch C limited time event here is a new one with a new concept. Few Sanctuary capable to stand against the darkness and wager for their life. The adventurers have consigned your days to thinning out the ranks in the burning hell, ushering in safety where all hope was once lost. The dawn-trodden look upon you, continuing to serve them. You must walk the sandy waste of Scorch C. So this is coming the 14th of September and is running to the 28th at 3 a.m. server time. I think what this secretly tells us is 3 a.m. server time is the reset, September 28th. If it's running till then, I would probably expect that major update to be right around September 28th. They said on the later portion of September. I'm assuming that means like basically at the end of September is typically corporate speak for these types of things. And more than likely, I would guess that major update is coming then if I had to take a peek at when the schedule would be. Now, the reward for this, other than, you know, some additional various rewards, and hopefully we get a legendary crest from this as well, is you get a C portrait frame. I actually kind of like the portrait frames. I think it's a cool cosmetic thing. Doesn't change any impact in the game. The frames don't have any percentage because I have the Immortal frame, profile frame in game. I don't get like 5% bonus damage or anything. So it's not tied to any pay to win. It's just free vanity cosmetics for doing limited time events, almost like party hats back in the day for RuneScape, where it's like, oh, you were at a limited time event. Now you sort of get this additional thing to show you were there. I like this type of stuff. It helps you distinguish your gameplay style. You know, it's not a big deal, but more of these, in my opinion. I think my opinion on this entire event is going to be dictated once I actually get to play it and see if it's a boring event. If it's a boring event, I don't mind boring events as long as the resource acquisition is worth my time. So we'll see once it gets in the game. This is the one that's going to be interesting, okay? The Mist of limited time event. Look at this, okay? They say this is going to be from September 21st to September 30th at server time, where you'll net a bounty of rewards to aid in your travels. Pay special attention to the imagery on the event page, for the mists will slowly clear with each completed task, revealing a hint tied to our first upcoming major update. So there is a hint. This is the event art. This is what it looks like in game. It's supposed to be removing the mist. So you see how there's mist sort of in the back. Let me do a little bit better job of showing you how this looks here. You see there's mist in the back kind of covering everything. So what I think could basically happen is that all of this mist is going to go away and there's something in the back hidden that is going to be revealed that I'm sure is going to give us more information. I don't know if there's another class standing behind them perhaps or something like that, or a new boss, maybe Diablo will be there. I don't know. We'll have to see as it comes to the game. So moving on forward to prepare for this event, a bonus experience buff will be active for all players who are behind the server Paragon level. This bonus will only be active for you until you've caught up to the server Paragon level. Okay, so there's going to be a bonus on top of the already done bonus, considering it's an experience buff bonus. And if we scroll up, it looks like everyone's standing on a platform and they're all being rushed to and being attacked by the demons. Something's telling me this might be some kind of defense unlimited horde mode or something like that. If that is in fact the case, I would absolutely love that. I think that would be extremely interesting of a type of gameplay mode, and it would make sense as to why there's a bonus experience buff. If it's some type of experience event, we haven't had an event yet that is based around essentially experience farming or anything like that. It's only been around various rewards and completing just various little shout outs like go kill an orange elite or whatever, right? So actually having an experience farm event could be pretty cool, but again, we're going to have to see once it actually comes into the game, and then we're going to be able to look at the mist. Now, please go, I'll put a link in the description and in the pinned post. Please go here and look and see if you can see any hidden anything inside of this. There is supposed to be, in this photo, a clue somewhere hidden of what's coming in the next major update. So let's find it, okay? That's all I want to say about that. There's some bug fixes here. We can check the bug fixes. I'm going to click here for the platform fixes and the known issues blog. We'll see what we have up there. And then the legendary tooltip will now have a lock button feature preventing you from consuming gems by accident, because it was really easy to click a button and consume basically all your gems in one click. Let's go look at the patches here. August 23rd was the last patch update there. Let's see if they have an update here on known. Doesn't look like there's any update, at least not posted out yet on the bug. So, ladies and gentlemen, where does that leave us today? It's going to leave what? Some people are disappointed because the major update got pushed to the later of September, whereas we haven't had a major update yet, and the major update cadence is supposed to be basically 2 weeks minor update, 2 weeks major update, 2 weeks minor, 2 weeks major, back and forth. We haven't received that major update yet. This minor update, while being cool, is not enough to keep people excited right now, because currently we're hitting the boring part of the game, which is everyone just hit Health 4. There's nothing left to unlock in the inventory pieces. People are now starting to figure out the 6-piece sets, and there needs to be new content in the game to keep it from being boring or stagnant. That's my personal opinion. So I really think this major update coming in the back half of September is really going to need to knock out some pretty cool updates out of the park, in my opinion. Either campaign update, level increase. I mean, and we need something to do. I don't even think we need a level increase, honestly, because there's plenty of paragons and stuff. I think what we legitimately need more, maybe like a boss rush mode where you can just fight like a challenge tower and fight bosses over and over again for random set items. Something to do with glowing shards. Maybe we can get something like the cube where we put green items in there and then re-roll which random green item it is within the set using glowing shards, because there's no item sync for those really in the game other than the blacksmith. So there's opportunities, and I would like to see those opportunities implemented in the game, because I think right now we're getting, some people are starting to get bored being at more at the end game. That's just my personal take. That's where I think the community's at the moment. I'm still enjoying the game, but I think people are ready for a major update. What's your take on this update? And I'll see you guys on the next one.